What's up, everybody? Azariel here for a Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 discussion video. Here to talk about some information that has surfaced about the new series coming that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc Arc V or Arc 5. I'm not exactly sure which name they're gonna call it. But yeah, as of right now, it's Arc 5 or Arc V. But yeah, I'm here to talk to you about something that has surfaced about the summoning gimmick that will be introduced in that uh, series. Now, in every Yu-Gi-Oh series, as you see right here in this picture, there's always been a summoning gimmick that has come with that series. And in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, it was basically about tribute summoning or just getting your ace monster out more so than anything else. When Yu-Gi-Oh GX came around, it became more about fusion monsters, it became more so about fusion monsters, and then they eliminated the need for polymerization, which I feel like they were trying to do in Yu-Gi-Oh. But when Yu-Gi-Oh GX came around that second season, that's when you really start to see more like the contact fusion, when they allowed you to merge two monsters together without the need of polymerization. Then they took that concept of being able to merge two monsters together without the need of polymerization, and what if the monster themselves were the polymerization, and they created tuners from that, and then they created synchro monsters. You use your tuner monster and a non-tuner, which would just be like the regular monsters, and they would add up the levels, and then that would be the level of synchro monster you would be able to summon. Then they took that concept of using two monsters to summon a monster from the extra deck, and they created Exceed monsters. Two monsters of the same level merge together, and they become an Exceed monster. You're able to summon an Exceed monster with that same rank. So you take two level 4s, put them together, and you'll be able to exceed summon into a rank 4. You know, and in this series, Arc V, which I'm gonna call it, which is coming in April, by the way, they're introducing something called pendulum summoning. Now, I can only speculate as to what pendulum summoning is, or like what those cards like summoning requirements will be, because they don't have any info out on it as of right now. But it's interesting to talk about this because I'm curious what exactly would be the method to pendulum summoning. You know, Again, with the Exceed monsters, you take two monsters of the same level, you bring them together, and that's how you Exceed summon. With the Synchro monsters, you need one tuner monster on the field, one non-tuner monster, send them both to the graveyard, and you can exceed, and you can Synchro summon a Synchro monster that's the combined levels of the two monsters that were sent to the graveyard. With Contact Fusion, you basically just send the two monsters from the field to the deck, back to the deck, and you're able to special summon a fusion monster from your extra deck. That has those two Exceed materials labeled. But of course, the fusion monster has to be, the fusion monster has to have in its card description that you do not use polymerization for that fusion summon. And like, I can only question or like ponder what exactly are the methods going to be. Now as far as the card color, like a lot of people are saying red. I think that would be a more standout color than everything else because they can put yellow on there, but it kind of looks like the normal monsters. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're gonna make it like a bright yellow or whatever, but I think the card color would probably be either green or red. You know, maybe cyan, maybe gray. I don't know, like maybe silver. I don't know, but if I had to guess, saying like I would say that the card color for those monsters, so like would be red. Saying that, with that being said, they haven't even mentioned if this would be monsters in the extra deck. I mean, yeah, we can assume that, but then again, it could be something totally different. So I'm just contemplating as to what the methods of pendulum summoning would be. I mean, because so like when you think of a pendulum, it sways back and forth, you know, and I don't know, like I could be thinking too much into it, but what would be the methods for pendulum summoning? You know what I mean? Like that's the big question. I don't know. Maybe you take two monsters in your graveyard and you banish them, and that's the two, and maybe you get and like a monster out like that, or maybe you take two monsters that are banished and you send them back to your deck, and that's how you get the monster out. Or I don't know. Maybe it's like a combination of both. Like maybe you banish a monster, then send a monster from your deck to the grave, from your banish zone to back to your deck or back to the graveyard or whatever. I don't know. Like maybe it's gonna be something like that. Like I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what ideas they conjured up for pendulum summoning. So like my question to you guys is, what do you think the method for this new summoning will be? So it'll be interesting to see what some of you guys will say. I mean, please let your imaginations run wild. I don't police comments, so feel free to go wild. I don't know, like maybe they'll be able to pull a card out their ass, and that's how you summon a monster. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's pretty much what I want to talk to you guys about. Again, I make these videos to open up some discussion within the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and hey, let's have some discussion. So again, like the question is, what do you think the methods to pendulum summoning is going to be? So that being said, peace, and see you guys for another video.